I did not set out to become a relationship coach. I set out to make people happy. And what I have learned through the years in working at a domestic violence center, getting my heart broken, losing jobs, losing my dad, and building something that I'm genuinely proud of is that you cannot make people happy, but you can help them feel empowered enough to create happiness for themselves. That realization changed everything for me. And it's actually part of the foundation of everything that I teach inside of Love Mastery. But before we hop into my story, just really quick, if you're curious about becoming a queer or non-monogamous relationship coach, or you're already coaching and you want to do it with more depth, more intention, and extra training, then this channel is for you. So hit the subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming. And back into my story. I graduated from the University of Kansas with 2 degrees in political science and women, gender, and sexuality with an emphasis in religion. And I thought that I was going to be a politician. That's how I wanted to change lives. I wanted to change the system, and I still do. But then I realized that I needed to work somewhere where a majority of people operated with integrity, so I pivoted. I ended up working with a domestic violence center in Lawrence, Kansas. I was creating trainings, leading talks, doing community outreach, and the work was really meaningful, but I kept running into the same wall. I could teach people something that's really life-changing, and then they would walk out the door and not go change. And that question haunted me in the back of my mind. How do I help people actually take action in their lives when they've learned something that could or should transform them? And that is the question that led me to transformational life coaching. And I didn't go looking for it. Honestly, I actually was trying to figure out how to start a business. And some friends of mine pointed me toward a weekend seminar. And I walked in skeptical and I walked out completely changed. It really answered my question. And for me, coaching was that missing piece. So I went deep. I trained, I studied, I pieced everything together that I could find. And the thread that kept showing up no matter what area of life that I looked at or that I learned about, like finances, health, identity, purpose, it all came back to relationships. It all comes back to how we see each other, how we treat one another. Around this time, I was also living as openly polyamorous and queer, and something really interesting started happening. Clients started finding me because of that. Referrals started coming in. It became a stream of income. Then 2020 hit. I lost all my other jobs, and I thought, okay, this is the moment that I go all in. I started with one-on-one coaching, then I built my first group program, then my first online course. And as I watched my clients grow, I started to notice something. Some of them showed signs of being great coaches, but they just didn't have the training or the roadmap for it. And I thought I had to piece together my entire education for years from different sources. What if I could build a program where other people didn't have to do that? What if I could train queer and non-monogamous coaches in one place with one cohort, with community built in, where no one had to do this on their own? And that's how Love Mastery was born. We just kicked off cohort 4. If you're watching this in 2026, we're 4 years in. And we also have the Business Academy running for the 3rd year this year. Because the first group of coaches came out certified and then we're like, now what? They had the training and skills of being a great coach, but they didn't know how to build their practice. And I was like, of course, duh, like that is an entirely different skill that I have also had to learn and piece together over the years. So I built that too. When I look back at all of it, the DV center, the bartending shifts that I did to pay rent, the abusive relationship that I had to survive and learn from, losing my dad in 2022, the year that I didn't hit 6 figures in my business, and I had to do some serious soul searching of whether or not I even wanted to continue or could continue. I don't see a mess, although I felt like a mess at the time. But looking back, I see a path. Every question that I asked led to the next thing. Every struggle added something that I now teach. Every detour was actually the road. And where I have landed is this. I am here for unconditional love on this planet. I am here so that queer people know that they are beautiful and that they can absolutely be themselves and thrive in this life. And that's what Love Mastery is, and that's what this channel is. So where are you on your journey right now? I would love to hear in the comments, so please let me know below. I'll be sharing more on this channel about what it actually takes to become a queer or non-monogamous relationship coach, the methodology, the business side, and the behind the scenes of Love Mastery. If that is your world or you're curious about it, then subscribe to this channel for more. And if you're ready to stop wondering about it and actually start, the link to apply for Love Mastery is in the description of this video, and I'd love to connect with you about that. All right, much love. You are exactly where you need to be. And if you don't believe that yet, trust that I believe it for you. All right, see you next week.